Marquise Moore, Alande LeGrand, Sam Hoffman, Chris Brandon. Probably a good decision there by Mike Davis, not only because he hasn't played a game in over a month as Bo Gajul, but also because Sam Hoffman has gotten this team rolling in respects as well.
No question about it. You don't want to fix nothing that's not broke. I mean, Sam's been doing a good job in his starting lineup role, and they won 2 games, and you want to stick with that and give Bo a chance to acclimate himself.
It's a red out here today for Detroit Mercy fans, as they always do. The Oakland fans have come out in good numbers. It's a red out here today for Detroit Mercy fans, as they always do. The Oakland fans have come out in good number. The crowd is still filing into Callahan Hall. There's a buzz because this program is gelling once again.
Oakland games always brings the best out in the fans. Not far from each other. Oakland, a lot of Oakland fans, a lot of Detroit fans.
Chris Brandon able to win the tip to Antoine Davis. He'll go against Trey Maddox here today, one of the better defensively guarding players in the league. Maddox, just a young sophomore, has struggled on offense this year. LeGrand, who trying to sneak a pass to Chris Brandon, going to filter his way to bounds.
Yeah, being patient a little bit offensively right there. You have to watch the matchup between Maddox and Antoine Davis. Maddox did a pretty good job of guarding him and defending him last game.
Rashawn Williams still trying to get his shot going, but they have confidence that he will. 40% from 3 last year for Cleveland State, as Brad Brechting trying to hustle away this offensive board, and he does just that. Brand goes one way, then the next, and the hook is through.
Well, they're going to have to contain the inside player, Brechting. He can really shoot the ball around the basket. You want to limit him. He's capable of having big games. He's had some games with 20 and 30 points.
Davis curls around for 3. That's off the back of the iron, and Brandon able to lean away, and he traveled behind the 3-point line that time.
Came down and lost his footing. He went up and got that rebound and couldn't get rid of it quick enough before he stumbled. But Brandon's been doing a great job offensive rebounding the ball. See right here, lost his footing when he came down with the rebound.
Double team here, and the Titans will steal it away. A forward pass, it's a little bit too far for Alande LeGrand, but the Titans will keep it as it's tipped down by Maddox.
Catch a break on that. That was a tough pass in between a couple of defenders there, and Oakland touched it before it went out of bounds.
Something they think Antoine is doing better, passing the basketball. Here's a lob to Brandon, off kilter a little bit. Maddox with the tip. Now he's got a free rein to the basket. Double clutches through as Moore bailed at the last moment there.
And Maddox made all that happen. Did a good job of protecting the basket, not letting that lob dunk go in, and then took it and laid it in softly on the other end. Both good defense and good offense.
LeGrand been looked towards as a ball handler as this season has gone on for Detroit Mercy, as this one shutters off the back iron, and there is Xavier Hill-Mays to get into the stat category for the first time today. Xavier Hill-Mays, one of their leading players for a couple of years now, really ignited last year as Blake Lattman notches the first 3 of the ball game for Oakland.
Well, Lattman can shoot that 3-point shot from out there. You have to know where he's at all times, and usually if he gets off to a good start, it can be a long night for the opponents.
There's an offensive foul off the basketball that time by Chris Brandon. It's his first of the ball game here, and he's really done a good job of limiting those fouls in that stretch, which he's been playing so well.
Yeah, he's done a great job stepping into that role, filling in for Bo Gajul, but now that they got Bo back, it'll add some more depth, and you can look for the 2 bigs to be coming off the bench with Miller and Bo.
Here's Rashawn Williams double team. Davis and Brandon all over him that time. Pressure going to relax as they look for Xavier Hill-Mays. Had trouble. Williams, wow, that one nearly went down after the hand nearly swatted his arm as well. But the offensive rebound picked up by Lattman on the outside. Maddox down low for Brechting, spinning around and draws a foul that time. That's the second. Or was that on Chris Brandon? It was. It is the second on Chris Brandon. Ouch.
Just what you don't want to happen, with Chris Brandon, to pick up those fouls early. He's been doing a great job the last 5 or 6 games of not getting the fouls early in the game. But here, early he picks up 2 quick ones.
He's 72% free throw shooter is going to head to the line here. And his first one is long. But Brent Brecking is a guy that Detroit Mercy really had trouble figuring out last year. Him and Xavier Hill-Mays really ate up the Titans down low. This year, with the way they're shooting the basketball, with the exception, I guess, of the Detroit Mercy game, it's a little easier to try to double team them in the post and expect it to not go outside. But
he's right on pace for what he did last year for Oakland. He got off to a start where he reeled off about 10 games of double-doubles, and he's right back in that same mode again this year, doing Horizon League play of putting numbers up.
When those two are rolling, it's real hard to stop at this level. Davis with a deep 3 trying to wake up the sleeping giant of this Titan offense. Miller fresh off the bench. Off for Gajul, also fresh off the bench, and can't get that one to hang in.
Perfect opportunity for Bowen. You don't mind him taking that shot right there from 8 foot, just rolled off the front of the rim.
And that's something he worked on this offseason, was his range shooting. He's made 5 threes already this season. Something you never would have dreamed of at this point last year. Lamping tightly covered that time, gets it off on the far side. The 3's good, but the violation came before the shot. It was a 3-second call.
So here, Rashad Williams adds another element to this Oakland team, gives them another outside scorer. And those 2 guys right there, and last year they had a good inside-outside punching, losing a couple guys that transferred out. Rashad Phillips going to fill that void for him. Rashad Williams, excuse me.
He's up there. He's
in the rafters.
Davis down for Justin Miller. Patient as he always is on this block. The double comes. Here's Gajul for 3. Nothing but air that time as Oakland watches that fire. The Titans are 0 for 4 from the field as we hit the first media timeout. 8-0 Oakland. Tickets start at just $20. For more information and to purchase tickets, visit DetroitTitans.com.
Doug Anderson can really get off the floor. That would be exciting to watch him come back in the building. Familiar territories, too.
Absolutely. It's cool they're coming here to Callahan Hall. Mannix, 3-ball, in and out, as that goes through the uprights of Brechting, who tries to alertly keep it and cannot, as this Oakland lead remains 8-0 right now.
Titans off to a slow start. They got to find a way to create some offense. A few early turnovers and mishaps at the beginning of this game, and they got to get their rhythm and get involved.
Davis off for Marquise Moore, thinks about it, thinks better as he puts it back on the floor now to Justin Miller. Just a nice hop step move for 2.
Man, we saw how effective Miller was in the second half of the last game he played here, and he's taking off right where he left off. That nice little jump hook, using his body really well to put that one in.
And that run he put together versus UIC on Saturday, he scored 11 points all in the last 10 minutes, all with 4 fouls, as barreling his way through as Rashawn Williams. Count that bucket and a foul.
You got to be ready to move your feet and stay in front of people. And that time, Rashawn was able to get to the basket. See him off the dribble right there. It's not solid defense that time in the foul.
One and only free throw is through.
Looking to attack, get in the basket, able to draw the foul. 3-point play the hard way.
Brent Calipari and Willie Isiani now into the ball game here for Detroit Mercy. Calipari gets it down for Justin Miller. Shot clock already to 8. Hoists that one up, no good. And a scrap rebound by Isiani keeps it alive. Davis looking for separation, finds it. 2 is good. Greg Campy is furious.
Well, he missed the travel that time down the floor right there. He's going absolutely crazy over here.
And Campy's got a tech.
The officials are not having it. And they called it right away. He's got to be really careful now. And for him to get a tech this early in the game is pretty dangerous. And he had a point. It's a little it is a travel right there. No shuffling of the feet. and it was right in front of him, and they missed the call, and he unloaded on the referee. So you have to keep an eye on this right now, because he's a fiery guy, and to pick up a technical this early in the ball game, they don't want to lose their coach.
Well, Jeff Smith, who spent a lot of years at Central Michigan, but he was very familiar with Greg Campy before they brought him back to the program, was holding him back.
Yeah, he just got a little bit riled up right now, and staring the ref down now. And they both kind of have a staring contest here at each other. So
Davis hits both technical foul free throws, and that's something, if you're Detroit Mercy, that you got to feed off of, right? In terms of,
oh, no doubt, they're having trouble scoring the basketball right now, and to get to the free throw line and get a couple easy ones is really a plus for them right now. They need to get baskets any way they can early in this game.
Oakland early on in this game is 4 for 7 from the field. Hill Mays, pretty off the glass and in.
Well, Hill Mays is extremely effective around that basket. You got to push him off the block, not allow him to have that low position.
Nice give and go there to Antoine. Draws a foul, and they're going to call it on the floor.
Antoine signaling he wants to try to get the free throws off of this. He's saying that he was shooting the ball, but I think they're going to give it to him out of bounds.
There's Mike Davis. I added together Mike Davis's conference wins overall in his Division I career so far. He's 217 and 110 as Calipari catches and shoots there, as that one won't go. 369 and 277 overall. I mean, he talks about how often, hey, everything in the non-conference is to prepare for the conference. That just backs it up right there, how good he's been.
No doubt about it. You want to get your guys ready. And there's Sean Williams again, showing the ability to knock down that outside shot. You got to make sure you got a hand up and in his face.
Well, he's only shooting 28% through 4 games, but they were waiting for him to wake up, and maybe now is the time as Calipari sees that one pop into the hands of Brad Brechting.
Titans are definitely getting their opportunities. Just haven't been able to find the range on some of these shots that they're taking. They've all been pretty good, high percentage shots.
Lampman down for Brechting now. Can't get that to fall, but he draws a foul. It's going to go against Willie Isiani. Or check that, Marquise Moore.
And right here, you can see those second shots right there. And this is where the Titans have really got to get a body on him and box him out. I mean, 7 feet tall, he's going to be crashing the boards. And, you go inside the X, and he takes the shot, and he's right there to clean things up.
Three 20-point games or more for Brad Brechting this season. 3 double-doubles as well.
Not a lot of consistency out of him, but he does have the ability to put down big numbers. Everything can stop him from getting started.
I really like the way he's rebounding the basketball right now. They want him to get a little bit more into the offense and be just that more consistent in terms of his scoring, because they need it right now. They don't have, those 3 or 4 3-point shooters that can light it up. Braden Norris was a huge loss. Javen Cumberland a big loss. There's a good take by Rose Jr. He can't finish, though.
Once again, Titans getting those good high percentage shots. That was a point-blank layup that time. You got to put those down.
Now 2 for 11 early on from the field in this one. Direct opposite of the last couple games and the starts that they've had. Maddox running the offense. Shot clock down to 7. Looks to dash and run here. Oladapo's blocked from behind. And one official signaling jump ball. Looks like that's what they're going to go with.
Miller got tied up. See the good solid defense. Hands up in the air. Solid hands that time by Miller. They both got a hand on it. A jump ball is probably a good call in this situation right here. They both had possession of that basketball.
Only 4 seconds left on the shot clock here. They want it to Hill Mays, and he's going to get the offensive foul. Justin Miller standing tall that time for the Titans.
Miller doing a great job of, right? Mays is out of control right here, making the spin. Great job by Miller, getting the position right there, taking the hit, drawing the foul. That's Xavier Hill Mays.
That's the second foul on Xavier Hill Mays.
That kind of even things up. You know, they're a big man for our Chris Brandon, and they're both with 2 fouls early in this ball game.
Davis, Isiani, Calipari, Miller, and Rose out there right now for Detroit Mercy. Another deep three by Davis won't fall. Crashing in, Isiani and Miller, and Maddox doing a good job of handling that one.
The Titans just can't seem to find that range, boy. I mean, all their shots are shot by Antoine Davis that time off the front of the rim.
2 for 12 from the field, 0 for 6 from 3. Killer crossover there by Rashad Williams. Brechting looking like he may have traveled. Call as he'll scrap that one back down for Oladapo against Isiani. Hooking it short that time, and boy, Oakland just owning Detroit Mercy on the glass right now.
They're really missing some Chris Brandon right now because he does a good job of cleaning up those defensive boards down there. You can't afford to let Oakland have 2 or 3 shots at the basket with the kind of scores they have.
Shot clock down to 4. Spinning for 3 is Maddox. Oladapo with another offensive board. Boards are now 11 to 4 in favor of Oakland.
Got to find a body and box out, and I think the cavalry's coming in right now, even despite the fact Chris Brandon with a couple of fouls. I see him up off the bench along with Bo Kajul.
Oladapo, good leaning basket in. It's 20 to 6 in favor of the Golden Grizzlies now. Miller looking for an answer, draws the foul, gets it to go.
You can see Miller doing a good job of using his body down underneath the basket. Bumping the guy with his body and taking it up, and was able to draw the foul. That's some offense right there, desperately needed by the Titans.
It's always out there. The horizon.
For Maddox and Lampman as well.
Well, that could be a major problem for the Titans. They got to do something about that. You can't allow them to have second shots. You know, with the first 10 minutes of the game, already 6 offensive rebounds, and that's the reason why they're holding a 12-point lead right now.
Miller misses his only opportunity there. So Oakland will get a chance to set it up again here. This is an offense that's moving a lot slower for Oakland than normal. As Brechting hooks, that won't go, and look at Chris Brandon back in there, immediately gets that rebound.
That's what they need out of Chris. He's been doing a great job of getting to the boards and limiting his team to 1 shot is what the Titans got to do right now.
Trying to pat that one back to the hands of Davis. No luck. Now loose on the floor thanks to the Grand. And Davis makes sure he holds on. Antoine still looking for his first 3-point make. He has 4 points so far. The Grand open shot on the far side won't go. Tip back slam try by Dwayne Rose Jr. That came out of nowhere.
I tell you, Dwayne Rose Jr. has really got some lifts around the basket. He's got to finish some of the shots, but I tell you, he can really get up off the floor. You can see him right here going above Chris Brandon and everybody, getting 2 hands on the basketball that time.
So Brechting is out. Hill Mays is back in. Brad Brechting already with 5 points and 5 rebounds through 7 minutes of play. But Hill Mays already has 2 fouls already. That's why he was sitting out for some time.
You got to be careful with him. You need those guys at the second half of the ball game. Chris Brandon's got to play smart right now. He's on the floor with 2 fouls.
Rose Jr. creates some space, avoids the offensive foul, but can't get it to fall.
I tell you, Titans are extremely cold right now. Nobody can seem to find the range.
It's about the coldest we've seen them in 3 or 4 games. Oladapo has made some big plays already, trying to make another there. He does just that.
Pretty much Chris Brandon is at his mercy that time, not able to really go after that shot the way he's capable of doing it with 2 fouls. And it's a pretty smart play to kind of bag off of that one.
Davis looking for options here. Rose Jr. wants Justin Miller now. Doubled again on that right side. Off for Chris Brandon, left him wide open, and what does he do? No, he slams it home.
Justin doing a good job that time, seeing the double team, recognizing it right there. There's got to be somebody open. One thing Miller do, he brought 2 players to him that time. They were able to find the open guy.
Williams off for Lampman. Back again for Maddox. Stutter step move by him, and oy. That's the third foul on Chris Brandon.
Man, this looked like this could have went either way. Looks like he's got position. He's just a little late, getting there to try to take that offensive foul. And, that's unfortunate right now. He's picked up that third foul, and he's going to have to spend some time on the sideline right now. They really need him down the stretch of this ball game. You don't want to lose your best rebounder and shot blocker.
Okachukwu going to come back in for him here. They'll played a couple minutes. And Brandon first picked up his second foul, and there's Rashad Williams splashing home another. He's got 9 off 3 of 5 shooting thus far.
It's a huge pickup, getting him eligible and come back to play. Really give him another threat.
LeGrand coming from nowhere and slamming it home.
It's LeGrand showing his ability to get off the floor, playing with a little bit of fire here tonight.
Dwayne Rose Jr., LeGrand showing off a little bit like Chris Brandon. Here's the double team again by Detroit Mercy. Back down low, and a travel by Hill Mays.
The Titans are struggling offensively right now with only 12 points, and Antoine Davis hasn't had an opportunity to score a basket here, and that's really unusual. The way he can shoot the basketball, so you can look for him to get things going here.
Marquise Moore is yet to attempt his shot, just committed 1 foul so far through 7 minutes. No other stats registered. He's out there still for the Titans with Justin Miller and Alonde LeGrand. LeGrand having to scrap to get that one back. Rose Jr. attacks to the hoop. Draws a foul from behind. I believe that might be on Hill Mays. If that's the case, it's his third as well. And it is not. Check when we come back.
Zion is back.
Xavier Hill Mays. So Xavier still has 2, and that's Latman's first in the contest. Dwayne Rose Jr. is going to shoot 2 at the line. They have also called a flopping warning on Daniel Oladapo in the process of things.
Officials are on top of that. They're really paying attention to that right there. And if you're faking that flop right there, that can lead to a technical foul. And he's got a warning right now, which means he's going to be keeping an eye on him.
First free throw misses for Rose Jr. 76% from the line coming into today. Really hoping they can get a little bit more offense out of 4.
Struggling both offensively from the field and from the free throw line here tonight.
Williams and Maddox play catch here. Williams wants the deep 3. Nothing but air that time. Oladapo gonna try to keep that in along with Williams, and he does. Latman 3-ball, and there is Davis to pull it down finally. Rebounding has not been the strength of Detroit Mercy here today, with Brandon on the bench more often than not. He has 3 fouls right now. Miller off for LeGrand. Hesitated and traveled.
See, LeGrand's got to be ready to shoot that basketball. Miller made the right decision. He saw where the double team came from. He did everything right. He flashed to the ball, but he should have been ready to let that one go.
Here's Greg Campy, 36th season at Oakland with a record of 360 and 305 in Division I play. 625 and 470 overall when they were Division II. 2000, their first year in the NCAA Division I ranks. LeGrand picks up his first.
It's a reaching foul. You got to keep your hands to yourself out there. Move your feet, stay in front of the guy, but don't reach.
Teams already have 16 fouls here with 7:07 to go. Stepping forward and launching that one is Williams. Another foul on the floor comes.
They got him for a push in the back. Keith Morris that time with a little shove back of Hill Mays' back.
It's the second on Marquise, and now that's going to give Xavier Hill Mesa 1-1. Oakland not the strongest of free throw shooting teams. They're 68%. Hill Mays improves that. Anazzoni's 67%. I feel that he's playing some better defense this year. His steals and blocks are up, but this is a team, when you talk to Greg Campy, that says, hey, look, we're not scoring the basketball like we ever have, or at least in the the short history where we've seen all these buckets go in. So we'll have to focus a little bit more on defense. And we've done some things to.
They have to get stops and try to get it itself. They got a couple guys, with the athleticism of Maddox. They can get out and run. And there you go, Antoine Davis again, is still unable to put anything down.
They miss Chris Brandon right now, no doubt, as Brechting gets this one on the interior. Kevin Kangu going to see some action now for Oakland, the 6'4" guard out of Burlington, Ontario.
Another hired gun. He's a guy that can shoot the basketball as well. You could be aware of him coming in the game. You don't want to give him open looks.
Brechting with 11 to shoot here. Draws another foul on the left baseline. It's going to be on Antoine Davis. His first. So the fouls starting to pile up now for Detroit Mercy. The lead 27 to 13 for Oakland right now. This is not one of the prettiest games you'll see if you're the Titans.
Definitely struggling offensively.
Davis trying to get it baking here. Long two won't go. Tip in by Dwayne Rose-Will. He's done some good things around the hoop today.
Tell you what, all the baskets the Titans have got are really tough baskets. It's nothing easy for them.
Kangu sees that ball go low. Marquise Moore right in his face now. Trying to dribble through two, and the kickball will give it to the Titans here. Now Detroit Mercy still just 26% from the field, 5 of 19. They're 0 of 8.
And to have those kind of numbers, they're still hanging around in this ball game, which is pretty amazing. I mean, 6 minutes ago, they just got to have a little surge here to actually get back into the game.
LeGrand exchange now for Dwayne Rose Jr. And he's going to get the offensive arm bar foul that time.
Just tucked the ball like a running back that time. Referee's on top of him, putting his shoulder down and pushing off with the loose arm.
That's his first as Brad Calipari. Going to check back in here for the Titans. So you have Calipari, Miller, Davis, Moore,
up into the night, you've been getting scoring from different guys on this Titan team, but tonight everybody's been pretty much quiet.
Open three for Williams. Look out there. Couldn't snatch it home, though, as he's now 3 of 8 from the field. 2 of 7 from 3. He's had a rough time getting it going as a Golden Grizzly since he became eligible. Calipari off again for Marquise Moore, looking to throw it up there quickly. And LeGrand with a nice play to get it back. Something the Titans have lacked here today. Their offensive rebounding and just gaining it back in situations like that as Davis buries one.
Man, finally, he's got to be happy to see that one go down right there. And we know, despite the fact that he has no points here in the first half, he always can get it going in bunches.
The lob for Oladapo, a little bit off target, but he adjusts by just flipping it up and in.
Oladapo is probably one of the most athletic bigs on this Oakland team, and see the nice little lob. He's able to go up and catch it and lay it in.
6'7", 220, the sophomore. He's been good in stretches this year for the Golden Grizzlies. Calipari was open, too strong that time, and Brechting again will take it. Detroit Mercy now 1 for 10 from 3. 29-18 Oakland. Another launch and fire, and they keep it going here with 4 minutes to go. 32-18, the Oakland lead. More after this.
Zion is
Home games are important for the Titans right now, and the win today would put them in the right direction going out on the road for the next couple of games.
Well, in the past in this matchup, certainly last year, points in the paint would be an issue. That's just 14-10 right now in favor of Oakland. Still the rebound. That's the glaring hole. 19-11 is the OU lead there.
Even though the Titans are closing the gap on the offensive boards right now.
Trey Maddox off for Letman, line drive three, too strong, and Rose Jr. does a good job of wrestling that one away up top. Got 3 points and a couple rebounds through 7 minutes. Antoine Davis, one of the best in drawing fouls, does so right there. That's going to give Detroit Mercy a 1-and-1.
Antoine's looking to attack the basket right here and putting his head down, getting inside. He saw Miller underneath the basket where he had drew the double team, but got fouled on the play. He'll have a chance to get a couple from the free throw line.
And often you see Antoine miss a free throw. Third in the nation in free throw percentage at 93%, and he misses the front end of a 1-and-1.
Well, you can see his frustration right now. I can't recall a game where he's had such a bad shooting night. He's not able to knock anything down. Free throws, perimeter shots, and that's really unusual for the way he plays the game.
Bo Gajul is going to give 2 free throws now to Oakland on his first foul. Titans are over the limit, 7 on OU with 3:21 left as Lampman misses his first. Young freshman, 6'1", 171 out of Hazlitt, Michigan. This was the guy they were supposed to redshirt, but because of the needs and what this season has been, they saw the need for a shooter like him, and they decided to give him a chance, and he's done well.
Unable to knock down those free throws. The Titans catch the break on that one, and they desperately need to get something to go down.
Miller spins around Brechting. Double clutch at the rack, draws a foul.
I like the aggressive play of Miller, though. I mean, he's not wasting any time. You can see him. He knew just where the defense was. Rolled right to the basket, did a good job of using his body and other side of the rim to be able to draw that foul. And he's been doing a good job of looking to attack and score the basketball and using his body really well.
That's the third foul on Brad Brechting as well. So Hill Mays has 2. Brad Brechting has 3. That could certainly be an issue as this game goes on.
Well, the Titans just needs to put the ball in the basket a little bit here. They want to make this cut down into this lead as much as they can. Still a lot of time, 3 minutes left here. And, I've seen things happen the last 3 or 4 minutes and a half. I always talk about that because that's when teams can make a surge and destroy leads at the end in the first half.
Miller also does a really good job drawing fouls at about 6 per game. Second behind Antoine Davis at 6.4 a game as he trims the lead to 12.
And now the Titans need some defense right now. A couple of stops and just a little bit of offensive output, and they can be back in the runnings.
Maddox off for Oladapo now. And a travel, just a slight shift to that right foot is going to give it back to the Titans here.
Catch another break, another opportunity. Neither one of these teams are really playing, like you mentioned earlier, it's some ugly basketball here early in the first half. And despite, even with Oakland with the big lead right now, they're not playing a great game of basketball.
Davis fading away for 3, rips it there.
Big shot that time by Davis. Defense right now is a key for the Titans. They need to get stops right now.
He's got 10 of 3 of 8 from the floor. And defense certainly was a factor in the second half against OU last time around. Nearly got them back in the game. They were down by 20, it seemed like most of the time. That one off the bottom of the glass, and Gajul hugs it. Here come the Titans in transition. Davis going to defer this time as Marquise Moore looks for Bo Gajul.
Oh.
And they're going to call the second flop against Oladapo. I think so.
I think they would. They definitely were going to be looking for him to do that, and the officials are keeping an eye on him. He warned him. He gave him the warning that time, and and he went down without any contact. So this is really a break right here for the Titans right now. They're going to get an opportunity on a technical foul here. And exactly what it is. They'll get a chance for a free throw and a chance to get the ball back. Chance to cut right into this lead right here with 2 minutes left in the game. And Titans have been struggling from the free throw line. They need to make the free throws now. And best free throw shooter with Davis is up at the line.
So that is not a personal foul, just a technical foul. Unlike a normal technical where if you get it, you get a personal and a technical. And Davis is going to miss his first free throw.
Davis' struggles continue, and we've seen him not only from the field. That's the second free throw he's missing.
Titans are just 5 of 9 today from the charity stripe,
and that's an area where they had excelled in all season long. So,
gonna heave this one in for Marquise Moore. He's out there with Rose Jr., Davis, Justin Miller, Bo Gajul. Antoine all the way to the hoop.
A good drive down there in the basket they need right now. And the Titans now, an opportunity now. Defense is the factor for them now. They need to get stops.
Well, this 7-0 run is the closest that Detroit Mercy has been since the 14-12 mark. That was when it was 13-6. Here's Oladapo trying to recover on the other end. Stripped to the hands, and Detroit Mercy going to take it back as Gajul hands it off for Davis.
Tell you what, their defense has really picked up.
Davis, 3-ball, in and out. The house would have went down, and that one went through. Gajul hustling on the floor, and he's going to pick up what should be a jump ball. And it will stay with Detroit Mercy here.
Bo doing a good job going after the ball. And Bo's going to have some problems here coming back after sitting out for a long period of time. But you can see him going after this rebound right here, able to get it in, grab it, and not afraid to get down and dirty with, the basketball as he looks to dive and keep that ball in their possession.
Titans are going to stack here. A little bit too far for Bo, but he does handle it. Halfway down the shot clock now as this one is kicked by Maddox.
Second time that Maddox has been able to get the job done on Antoine Davis, and he's doing a fairly good job. But last game we saw that he couldn't do it the whole 40 minutes of the game because the scorer is always going to find a way to put some points on the board.
So Titans get 20 more seconds on this shot clock now. Here's Miller. Gajul couldn't handle it at first as that one swallowed out of bounds with 52 4/10 left in this first.
There's Miller trying to make the easy pass to Gajul, and like I said, timing is and all that stuff is going to be a factor for him, not able to grab that basketball on the pass.
Davis hounded, and he traveled. Pushed down after the play as well. Mike Davis hoping for a foul call.
So far, he's having a tough night here for the Titans.
Second turnover of the game for Antoine. Barreling to the bucket a little bit too much that time is Rashad Williams. Bo Gajul takes the charge. And that's the second on Williams. So I tell you what, Earl, foul trouble might be an issue.
Well, here it is right here. Spo stepping up, able to get in position to take that charge that time, and that's a big play, you know, for the Titans. And now they need to get paid off of this. You come down, you get the stops, the last couple trips down the floor, and you got to get something out of it on the offensive end.
Gajula checks out. Isiani in for another shooter. Marquise Moore launches the long tripper there. And Greg Campy wants a timeout with 33.6 left. He wants a good possession here before the end of the half and see his team score another basket. Golden Grizzlies.
Always a good crowd when Oakland gets together. They always have a good one. So, you know, that's good for the Titans to have the fans come in and watch them play. And, you know, you want to reward them by trying to come out with a victory.
Game clock to shot clock is about 3.5 seconds. Detroit Mercy going to put some pressure on the ball here. Rose Jr. nearly snared that one back. Williams three ball shy as Moore was hounded from behind by Oladapo, and he cleans it up and in off the glass.
Once again, the Titans struggle on the offensive boards.
Fifth rebound for Oladapo. Here's Davis trying to answer right back. Couldn't, with 1.6 left to look for a heave, but can't quite get it. Kevin Kangu holds on, and it's a 34-25 lead at halftime for the OU Golden Grizzlies.
Well, I tell you, the Titans did a good job of kind of cutting back into that lead right now. They're in striking distance. It could have been a lot better. They had some opportunities to knock down some shots there at the end of this half, and didn't take advantage of it.
Now 34-25 is our halftime score.
Talk about two of them. You know, that's a good thing.
Here's the second look.
Yeah, look at those rings. Look at that. Yeah.
The smiles.
Yeah. You got the jury.
Those will probably weigh you down. Oakland starts with the basketball to begin the second half. Rising up for three, kind of out of nowhere there is Kevin Kangu. Wouldn't fall, and here comes Detroit Mercy.
They got fortunate. It was no hand. They just allowed him to shoot that ball. He missed the shot, but it seemed like somebody would have been challenging that. You got to be a little bit more aggressive defensively.
I mean, we were kind of talking about it off air. The margin between, you know, made shots and missed shots isn't that much in favor of Oakland. Both teams are struggling from the field. They're 12 of 27. Detroit Mercy 9 of 29, so it's not like they're shooting the lights out or anything right now. They've made 4 threes compared to the 2 for Detroit Mercy. It's just an ugly game right now.
You said that early, and exactly what it is. Either team's, maybe we're going to see something special here in the last 20 minutes of this basketball game.
Rebounding was in favor of Oakland that whole first half. Here's Antoine off the inbound, trying to put it up quickly, but the 8th rebound will go in the hands of Brad Brechting instead. Well, Chris Brandon did not play the last 9 minutes of that first half because of foul trouble. He has 3. He's back in there to start this second half. Xavier Hill-Mays shutters that one short. He's also in a little bit of foul trouble, has 2, picked them up fairly quickly in that first as well.
Well, Miller was doing a good job right to the end right there. And then, the thing is with Mays, if you can force him out of his sweet spot, you want to get him a couple steps off of that block. It's difficult for him to score the basketball. And he actually missed that shot and got slapped right on the wrist at the last moment.
Free throws have not been a bright spot for either team. Oakland now 6 of 11, Detroit Mercy 5 of 9. And that's something that the Titans do oh so well usually.
Knocking down that second free throw.
35-25. The lob for Brandon off, but he couldn't slam it down. Usually, no matter where it is, he seems to find the hoop.
I tell you, that one was way up there. He almost brought it home.
Chris Brandon just 2 points off 1 of 2 shooting, 2 rebounds through 6 minutes of action. Hill-Mays has to hurry to keep that one in play. Brechting, like a gazelle, punches that one to the outside for Rashawn Williams. Back to Brad. It was a little strong, but he got a friendly roll. Brechting has 7 and 8 so far. Antoine Davis just 4 of 12 from the field. 2 of 9 from behind the three-point line. Gets that one stuffed by Hill Mays. And Xavier Hill Mays is pumped up as he also gets the basketball back for his team.
It's good defense that time. Going out, getting a hand up, challenging the shot. Davis's struggles goes on.
Well, Antoine had some work done by a physical therapist on Wednesday, and they thought he really felt good after it. The best he's felt all season. Worked on his knees, worked on his hips.
He's such a good offensive player, you know, and despite the fact that things are not going great, there's always still that possibility for him.
Here's Alonde Legrand charging his way into an offensive foul. Mike Davis saying, where is that on our end?
There's a good steal and getting out in there, and you got to get a little bit better control of your body going to the basket. He just stood there and kind of took the charge.
Mike Davis riding the officials. You can see at the top of your screen all the way down the floor. 37-25, OU with the lead in the basketball here. Hill Mays. That hook is so deadly at times. Can't get it to go. Taking it back and laying it up and in is Kevin Kangu and one.
And once again, that's just offensive rebounds, those second shots right there. You give them the miss the first time. Kangu was able to get in there and grab that and get an offensive rebound and a bucket. And you're going to foul in those situations. Make sure you don't give them in ones.
Foul is on Marquise Moore and Detroit Mercy. Wants a 30-second timeout here. In any respect, we're going to have some interesting lineups out there because 3 fouls on Brechting, 2 on Hill Mays, 2 on Rashawn Williams, 2 on Alonde Legrand, 3 on Chris Brandon, 3 on Marquise Moore, and then a bunch with 1.
Yeah, it's been a free throw kind of a drag out. It's almost like a heavyweight fight out here tonight.
Kevin Kangu can't make that one. And Antoine Davis will shift this up the court. It's tied for the lead in this game in scoring with Rashawn Williams. Both have struggled from the field. Justin Miller trying to get it cooking down low as he'll head to the line for a couple once again here.
Well, doing the right thing, looking to attack Mays down there. And you can see him in that body, and Mays is a pretty big guy, but every time he's getting bumped by Justin Miller, he's taking a couple steps back. There's a good up fake, using his body again in his arms, and he's able to draw the foul.
That's the 3rd foul on Xavier Hill Mays now. So your 2 big men have 3 fouls, Earl. What do you do?
Well, it's an even matchup right now. I'm sure both teams are going to be looking to attack. You know, Detroit can go at Mays, and they can go at Chris Brandon right now. It's whichever guy plays the smart basketball with a lot of time left on the clock, and coaches determining how long they can keep them out there and whether they need them. And I think they need them more down the stretch. They look for both of those guys to get a little bit of a breather here early in the second half.
So Miller makes both, trying to straighten out the free throw game of this Titans. He is 4 of 5 at the charity stripe tonight for 8 points. Kangu, a guy they really relied on at the beginning of the year to run this offense. He's struggled a little bit since. Hill Mays catches and shoots down low. Tanglement for the board, and picking that up finally is Justin Miller. Holds it in tight.
Saw the Titans tighten that defense up in the second half near the end there, and you know they got to limit this team to 1 shot, and they got to get solid defensive stops down here if they want to get back in this game, and they need to do it early in the second half.
Miller against Brechting. And Brad Brechting is going to pick up his 4th. My goodness.
Well, I'll tell you what, you know, Miller is doing a good job of just getting this ball inside to the big guy. He's patient. He takes his time down there. He reads the defense pretty well, and he's able to draw the foul on that bigs.
Oladapo is going to come in for Brechting. He saw some good first half minutes. 8 points. Calipari, sees the right side of the glass that time. 8.6 rebounds in 13 minutes off the bench for Oladapo in that first half. Kangu filters out of that, and stepping out of bounds is Lamping. And Kangu gets a mouthful from Greg Campy here on the near sideline.
Well, here's the opportunities for the Titans right now. You know, they come down, they're able to get forced to turnover that time. They had to stop last time down, but you got to be able to come back and score some baskets on the other end.
Antoine Davis trying to get loose from Kevin Kangu, playing him very physically. Davis for three, yes!
Big basket for him there right now. And Titans got to continue to tighten this defense up and cut it down into single digits right here and see if they can get a stop.
He's made all the Titan threes so far here today. Williams trying to answer off the inside, off the hands of Miller, as Xavier Hill-Mays attacks aggressively, and now Miller is banged up. Nine-point lead for Oakland. 15:30 still left to play in this first half.
I am not a deductible.
And they definitely need him out on the floor.
Oakland 2 of 6 in the second half. Detroit Mercy 1 of 6. It's just been that kind of night as look to get Miller back into the game at some point here. Isiani at the moment in for him now. He's out there with Antoine Davis, Alonde Legrand, Brad Calipari, and Chris Brandon. It's Kangu along with Williams, Hill-Mays, who dumps in that reverse classic, and Oladapo for Oakland.
They'll look to get those good interior passes that time, and Hill-Mays was on the move, found him right underneath the basket for an easy one.
Legrand off for Davis now. The exchange with Isiani right in front of their own bench. Willie is open, lines one up, and stuck it.
That's the basket. Titans right now, they need the offense anywhere they can get it from. And we know Willie can shoot that three-point shot. He had time to get that one off.
Well, he's not really been able to get on a roll much this year. He's not made more than 2 threes since the Toledo game.
Been a little different from him. They've been getting contributions from him from different areas. And there's Rashard Williams again, knocking down a triple.
Anything you can do, I can do better there for Williams. The lob for Legrand for the second time. Crashes it through.
You saw Legrand showing his athleticism again. Stretch it up, going up high to throw that one in.
He's got 4. 3 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal. Through 17 minutes of action here for the Titans. Oladapo swatted away by Brandon. And disrupted on that run out with Brad Calipari. And that's going to be the 4th foul on Hill-Mays, we believe. Yes. So 4 on Brechting, 4 on Xavier Hill-Mays. And now it gets interesting for Oakland in terms of personnel. 6'6", 206, freshman out of Lambertville, Michigan, Jackie Harris checks in for the Golden Grizzlies.
I want to see the Titans pull this within range here. Still a lot of time left in this ball game.
See if we see a little bit more of Chris Brandon here as he maybe gets back into this game with that block. Miller trying to bully his way through, a little bit too hot to handle for Chris in the end.
Well, Miller doing just a little bit too much that time with the basketball. You got to get rid of it. And they pulled him right out of the game.
Isiani back in. He was already at the table and waiting, though. So not sure if they planned a little offense-defense type of switch there. Spin around 3 by Williams. Wow, plants it through. He's got 18 in this game. His 5th 3 will fall.
It's just a matter of time for him. Just getting back 4 games in, and he can really shoot the basketball.
Davis crossover. You bet.
Things are starting to heat up right now. Davis is finding the range, and he always seems to find a way to put some points on the board. He struggled the first half, but you know, still he's going to find a way to put points in.
He's got 17 now. Rashad Williams crashing his way through again. We have another Detroit Mercy foul. That's the third on Alende LeGrand now. So this foul trouble madness continues for both of these two teams. Oakland seeing the worst of it right now with their 2-star big men on the bench with 4. Williams with a hand in his face, and oy. You gotta be kidding me on the foul.
He felt the contact, felt him around that, forced the officials to make that call right there.
I'm going to check to make sure it's a 2 as opposed to a 3 here. I didn't think there was much contact at all there by Brad, but
just in the vicinity. Anything, Williams leaned into Brad that time. Officials are taking.
I think 29-20 in favor of Oakland. Chris Brandon has helped out there a little bit for the Titans since he's checked in to start the second half. Chris Brandon's only been able to play 12 minutes here today. He's been playing nearly the whole game, every game, it seems like, in the last 5 or so for the Titans. Averaging nearly 37 minutes in the last 5.
And he's put some consistency together, and you know, you just got to find a way to stay out on that court, because he's definitely can help this team when he's not in foul trouble.
Kangu out, Kenny Pittman is in. Pittman, the sophomore guard out of Chicago Simeon. Solid basketball school over there. His second free throw will fall, makes both. 49-37 OU. Trent Mercy trying to get this offense going.
A lot of contact that time on the drive by Rose, but no foul was called.
Here's Williams all the way to the hoop, and another travel. Yeah,
got to be a traveling call on that one. A little late with the whistle, but he definitely traveled on that play.
Turnover is 12-10 in favor of the Golden Grizzlies right now. That was something they did a brilliant job of limiting last game against IUPUI. Their lowest total of the year, 7. Their lowest since last January. Davis falls short on that one, and Pittman going to scrap out to get it. Landman, line drive 3 off the interior. Oladapo takes it down, and Davis, as he's falling down, commits the foul.
Seems like every time the Titans get within striking distance, Oakland's been able to find a way to pull away from them.
And that's already a 1-1 scenario. That's the 7th team foul, and the Titans are ready, still with 12:19 to go in this second half. Only 3 team fouls on the Golden Grizzlies thus far. Campy going to bring together his 4 other players here and discuss the situation here.
I tell you, this Oakland team has been struggling, so they're desperately looking for a win right now. And the Titans are on a 2-game winning streak and trying to extend.
7th free throw they missed in this one. Miller is wrapped up and fouled there by Jackie Harris.
It looked like Miller put that ball down 2 times. First dribble he got, then he put it down again. Officials didn't pick up on it. You can see here on the catch. Well, that's the second time. I didn't think we saw the first dribble he took, but he's able to. He makes a lot of contact down there, able to draw the foul.
Miller dashes his way to the hoop, counted in 1.
There's Miller showing a little bit of finesse that time. The lane was wide open. He faked the handoff to Davis and found himself with an open lane to the basket.
Miller has 10. Brad Brechting is going to check in with 4 fouls here. Not happy with the play of Jackie Harris is Greg Campy. The only free throw is through by Justin Miller.
Well, I'll tell you, that was a big play by Miller that time, because you want to keep this game in the single digits areas right now. Defensive stops is what the Titans need to do.
The 6'2", 180-pound redshirt sophomore takes this one up the floor out of Detroit. Wayne Memorial, his high school. Brechting can't get that one to fall. He's not had friendly rolls in this one. And Rose able to finish off the kill. Here's Davis. Through his legs a couple times. Tries to split a pair. Wow, didn't have control of his body, but nearly made that one.
Yeah, he lost control getting to the basket that time. Titans got to find a way. When they get stops like that, they got to find a way to put the ball in the basket on the other end if they want to get back in this game.
Brechting will try again here. Stripped by Miller. 7 seconds to shoot here as it ticks down. Pittman gonna tee one up, and Miller able to stretch out and keep it.
Well, Miller doing a good job playing below the rim, reaching out, grabbing that ball on the way up. And
circus shot will fall.
Once again, he takes it to the basket. We saw this happen in the UIC game where he kind of took control of the offense right there. And that's 5 quick points right there by Miller.
He's got 13 and 4. Surpasses his 11 versus UIC. Got the team going there. And Williams trying to hush Callahan. Wow. 10 and 27 to go. It's a 10-point lead for the Golden Grizzlies here.
This time making this move to the basket and did a good job of finding the right spot on that backboard. He does a good job of using the backboard and finding the soft spots up there. And he's got a soft touch for a big guy off the glass.
He's also drawn 7 fouls here today for the Titans. 10-point lead for OU on the road. Miller ducking through.
That's it. And they can go to him every single time. You know, with the foul trouble that Oakland in right now, they got to keep riding that wave right now.
He's 5 of 6 from the field. Also 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Oladapo going to draw one against Justin. It's his second to match his number here.
And that's the area that he's got to really work at right here. You see Miller, nice up and under that time, getting to the basket, and there's really nothing a big fella could do on that one. He can't afford. He's nervous about getting the fouls, and he gave him a good up fake and didn't want to make any contact with him.
Check that, that's the third actually on Miller. So the Titans with Chris Brandon, Alonde LeGrand, and Justin Miller all with 3 fouls. Goes around the cylinder and finds its way through. 54-44. Mercy got to find a way to make stops if they want to get back in this game. They did that in the second half against the Golden Grizzlies on the road back on December 28th. See what they can do here at home. Davis.
It's a big 3 by Davis that time, able to cut into this lead. Interesting 10 minutes of basketball here for the Titans.
Kangu guarded pretty tightly there by LeGrand. He's been good in stretches today. Falling away is Williams. And what do we got there? And another flop.
See away from the ball right there. They made the call on Williams in the corner. I didn't see exactly what happened. And what is that, a flopping call?
I believe so, yes. So after you've gotten one warning, it's the technical.
Well, we got a
there on out.
Different player right here with a flopping call. And yeah, you can see him just kind of falling to the floor on that shot. That's a tough call, though. I don't know. Antoine not taking advantage of it.
He's 2 of 5 from the free throw line here today. I mean, you look at his last 10 games, and I bet he's only missed 3 free throws.
Yeah, he's a lot better free throw shooter than what he's showing here tonight. But I mean, it's all kind of nice that you can have, right? And he's not effective from the free. After a while, it becomes psychological when you start missing them like that.
heating up a little bit from the field. Kevin Kangu is the guilty party that time.
Well, the one thing that Twan's doing, he's being aggressive right now. He's got to try to stay under control with the basketball, too. He drew the foul that time, but, you know, you want to see him be aggressive or be under control.
16 fouls on Oakland, 8 on Detroit Mercy now. Rose Jr. has 7 seconds left in the shot clock. Saw that one flip its way out as Rashad Williams got in the way that time. Well, we received word that Trey Maddox is done for the night. Davis for 3. No, they say a long 2. Either way, it's a huge shot.
Well, that's a huge loss from Oakland because Trey Maddox is the guy that they would look to put on Twan down the stretch here. A lot of time left in this ball game. The Titans have cut it down and close. They've been since the beginning of this ball game.
And Davis going to poke Williams in the eye that time.
Definitely made the contact out there with his hand. There's the jump shot that time by Twan, and Williams came down and was able to draw the foul against Davis.
It's a 19 foul on Detroit Mercy as they make the front end of the 1-1 there. Oakland now 12 of 19 from the charity stripe here today. Kenny Pittman.
Where would Oakland be without Williams tonight? I tell you, this guy is really, he's really lighting up the scoreboard. I'm sure, he's got friends and families in the stands. It's almost like a home game for him, the way they're cheering for him over there.
So 56-49. Detroit Mercy has shot the basketball a little bit better here in the second half. 8% better as LeGrand is dragged down from midair that time.
Well, they've been able to find him for those lobs tonight. He's done a good job. We've seen him throw two of them down right here, and on the baseline right there, and almost able to finish that one, going up strong with it. And he's looking for a goaltending call on that, but now he's got to be able to knock these free throws down.
Now that's the 3rd foul on Blake Lampman. You get 3 fouls. You get 3 and 4. Bill Mays, who has 4, is checking back in. Oladapo subbing out.
Grand's able to knock down that first free throw. Split the pair.
It's the 6-1 Detroit Mercy has missed. 60% tonight. They're nearly at 80% for the 3rd best free throw percentage in the nation. Checking into play here today. That's going to go down a little bit as that's going to go out of play on the missed lob. Boy, is this an ugly game. 6-point lead for Oakland. Under 8 to go.
Man, I looked up there when I came in the building tonight, and tell you what, that's a great feeling when you can have your number hanging from the ceiling. I got bragging rights now. Jeremy can't tell me anything.
I talk a lot of smack to Earl before the game started. Here's Chris Brandon. Takes a stop, drop, and roll. Antoine Davis just going to pump up for 3. It won't go.
That's a tough shot right there. And it would have been big if it went down. You could say yes, 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 and no, no, no on that one.
This man has been a reason why Oakland has the lead. 25 points off 7 of 15 shooting, 6 of 14 from 3. Rashad Williams finding his stride here today, leaving Brandon Brechting open for 3. He can do that once in a while. No good to Antoine Davis.
Rashad is responsible for running this Oakland's offense right now with Maddox being out of the game. So it may take away from the fact that he's been knocking down shots. He's got to concentrate on trying to get people involved. Maddox on the floor with him really made a difference.
Antoine's going to get the chance to shoot 1 and 1 here.
And we know he's had his struggles tonight, and hopefully he can find the range.
Gets the bugaboo away there. Makes the pair.
An opportunity to cut this down to 4 points right now, and the Titans are crawl their way back into this game.
56-52. Feels a little bit like Saturday, doesn't it? Hill Mays leaning back as that one is off the top of the iron, no good, but heads to the line once again.
That's the fourth one on Chris Brandon right there. I didn't see much of a foul right here. You know, they on that last play. Take a look at it right here, and you can see Chris Brandon just kind of bagging up, holding his hands. I don't see much of anything right there. He made the contact. He didn't really do anything to deserve to get that foul. I don't know if you leave him out here in this type of situation right now. Do you try to save him for the last 2 or 3 minutes of the ball game, or do you just try to ride it out?
Antoine Davis, by the way, quietly has 24. He's picked it up in the second half.
Well, he's a scorer, and he'll find his way to get back into a ball game. There's no doubt about that.
Leaves that one shy. So Detroit Mercy trying to continually claw at this lead. They do keep Brandon out there with Davis and Dwayne Rose Jr., Justin Miller, and Alande LeGrand right now.
I would look to probably try to get Chris Brandon a little bit of breather right here.
Scraps it out for Brandon, trying to hoist up a hook. Looked a little uncomfortable on that one, and Xavier Hill Mays will say thank you off the glass.
A little floater he tried to shoot right there. Not a lot of offensive opportunities for him tonight, and that one was way off.
It's a 9th rebound for Hill Mays. Him and Brechting both have 9. Lamping will defer to the corner, and a big 3 by Rashawn Williams, his 7th.
Well, he's been the man that's holding things together for Oakland. There's no question about that.
Davis, wow, blocked away by Brad Brechting, his first disruption of the game. Check that his second block.
Antoine driving in there to land on the Giants right. It's a 7-footer down there. It's a tough guy to try to get a shot over.
He's got 22 on the year. He's got a 10th rebound right there. 7 points, 3 blocks, 4 fouls. Through 23 minutes of action thus far. Oakland taking their time here. Hill Mays hooking, no, and Brandon having a little trouble, but keeping it in the end.
Good job of going up after that block shot that time. Distracted him.
Miller threw it right to Rashawn Williams here. 2-on run to the front court. And Chris Brandon's going to foul out with 5:08 to play.
Well, that's one right there. You almost gotta just let go. He tried to run it down and go after it. Contact right there. And that's a big loss right now with 5 minutes in the ball game, and for him to foul out, somebody has to step up and try to fill that void.
It's the 5th time that Brandon has fouled out this year. Rashawn Williams looking for 30. He's got 28. There's 29.
He's been the glue for this team all night long. Justin Miller, tough pass that time. Turnover, and gave Oakland an opportunity to go back up 10 points.
Davis guarded by Kangu, shoulders him off a little bit. The two won't fall, but Dwayne Rose Jr. right place, right time for two. He's got 5 and 5 today for Detroit Mercy. It's the 9th offensive rebound for the Titans. Brechting, easy.
Oakland doing a good job of moving the ball around, finding Brechting on the inside, and at 7 feet, just sticking his arm up, laying it in the basket easy.
Pass it went through the hands of Alonde LeGrand. Here's Rashad Williams. Wants to handle the basketball. Dwayne Rose Jr. in transition. No, it's an offensive foul. That's the difference of an offensive foul and Xavier Hill-Mays fouling out right there.
Tell you what, he had the position, and I think it was an excellent call by the officials. Stepped right in there, got good position. I mean, talking about taking a huge chance right there, but the official made the correct call on that one.
It's the second on Rose Jr. Player control will not give them free throws here. And Oakland trying to finish out their 3rd conference victory of the year right here. They're 4 minutes away from that. Through a gritty game by both teams here. Foul off the basketball. This one going against Alonde LeGrand. That's his 4th now. That's going to send us to the immediate timeout. Oakland looking for the season sweep when we get back on WADL and ESPN+.
Zion is back.
Zion Williamson is going to be a superstar.
Like that on the road, you like to leave out on a 3-game winning streak if possible. I mean, they took care of 2 of them, and still almost 4 minutes left in this ball game. Still some possibilities, but Oakland is kind of closing the door on it.
The man at the free throw line is a big reason why. He's got 31 after that make right there. 3 rebounds, a couple assists, a couple steals. Through 34 minutes of action. And this was a guy they knew would figure it out in the shooting department. Just a matter of when. It took him about 4 games to do so. But he came up big here today.
Not getting the scoring on the inside from the 2 big guns, but he definitely filled the void, losing Trey Maddox, but he's been the guy.
Antoine Davis backs up for 3. No. Brad Brechting pulls down his 11th rebound of the game. He's a point away from a double-double. He's got 9 and 10. 3 blocks. And a number of these tallies down the stretch have been picked up with 4 fouls. Xavier Hill-Mays battling that same result. He steps forward for 2.
Hill-Mays taking his time. Nice little jump hook right around the basket. He's perfected.
Oakland has owned this rivalry for quite some time. Looking to sweep another Metro Series in basketball here today. Rose Jr. tees up a 3. And Detroit Mercy takes a timeout to try to put some pressure on defense possibly here.
That's a big 3 by Rose to still give him an opportunity to still fight for these last couple minutes of the ball game. Shots and and it's always some possibilities.
So Detroit Mercy will apply some full court pressure here. The freshman Lentman will look to run the baseline a little bit. Williams uses his speed to get out of that, and the foul is called.
They had the trap there at the half-court line, and it looks like they calling that on Calipari that time.
So Rashawn Williams will again step to the line here. He's 9 of 9 from the charity stripe. Make it 11 for 11.
Well, he's been getting it done from all areas.
Davis trying to lob one for Bogajul, and the jar continues to open for a lead here for Oakland. Brechting. And now we got an intentional foul, it looks like, on Justin Miller, and a technical foul.
Well, Justin's going up, just going up strong right there, but he came across the top of it. Anything above the shoulders right there, can be a flagrant foul, and that's what he came down. The follow through on that, was good. If you're going after the ball is one thing, but anytime you come across and above the shoulders, they're going to call that.
That's the 5th on Justin Miller as well. As they try to sort all this out, so that's the second Titan to follow out. They're sitting right next to each other right there. Chris Brandon, but the 5-minute mark, see the frustration in his face.
Well, he's been pretty consistent, the most consistent he's been since he's been here, and taking care of the foul trouble, but picking up those two early in the ball game, and that's why you have to be really careful at the beginning of the ball games, because that's when you can find yourself getting into it. And there's Williams almost perfect from the free throw line, and he's upset because he missed one tonight.
He's got 34.
And he's had some kind of night here in Callahan Hall.
Well, I tell you what, if he can perform even half like that down the stretch here for Oakland, this might be a different team. As Brad Brechting.
Well, we know that Oakland lost two great players. Their top shooters, transferred, in April, which put, Coach Campy in a bad situation. But, they got some kind of pickup when they were able to get Rashad.
They were surprised even that he became eligible. Gonna heave that one in for Kevin Kangu. Titans with a double team and a trap here in the corner. 10 seconds left on the shot clock as that winds down quickly here. Down to 5 now. Williams off for Lampman, trying to make his second three. Not in the cards that time, but Brad Brechting picks up another offensive board. That's the kind of game it's been on the boards for Detroit Mercy.
Well, that's been a consistent for Oakland, able to get those second shots, rebound the basketball, and definitely Oakland is closing the door right now on the Titans.
Just a substitution timeout there for Greg Campy as Kenny Pittman checks back in here. There's a look at a frustrated Mike Davis right now. Probably felt like his team got things in order in the last week or so, and they have a really tough game here against Oakland.
They just had a hard time getting things going offensively at the beginning of the ball game. Just not a very pretty basketball game, and Titans not able to get it done here tonight.
Golden Grizzlies trying to dribble out some of this time here. Foul going to go against Lampman here. $1:03 left in this one. It's the 4th foul on 11 now.
Well, the Titans clawed all night long. They, got into single digits a few times and cut it within 4 points late here in this half, and just couldn't seem to find a way to get over the hump. And Williams was a big reason for that. But every time they had a chance to try to get over the hump, he would take Oakland back up some points.
Rose Jr. at times has seen some good play. 6 points, 6 rebounds. And looking to get him be a little bit more consistent in the scoring column.
Well, he was aggressive, looking to attack the basket tonight and going after rebounds tonight. And you know, they definitely need guys to step up in different areas.
He's only averaging about 5 points a game right now. They think he can do a lot more than that. He's probably a guy that can at least average about 10 when he's driving the basketball at the right capacity. Brechting has trouble with this in the backcourt. And this is a foul against the Titans and a technical foul on the Detroit Mercy bench now.
They call a technical foul on the bench over there that time. Mike Davis is still riding him down the sideline.
57 and 9/10 to go. It's a 75-61 game. This is just the kind of game it's been. I mean, we had a flopping foul early. We had a flopping foul here in the second half. A technical foul on Greg Campy. A technical foul and a foul out by Justin Miller. Chris Brandon fouling out. Xavier Hill-Mays, Brad Brechting. Lampman all with 4 fouls on the other end for Oakland.
It's just been a foul night, huh?
Detroit Mercy shooting 37%. Oakland shooting 45%. It's one you want to forget as soon as it ends if you're Detroit Mercy.
It's Williams creeping toward 40 points.
Yeah, how about that? 36 off 8 of 16 shooting, 7 of 15 from three-point land, and more importantly, 15 of 16 from the free throw line. Callahan Holland will continue to be the same at the middle stage of February.
We had definitely a busy week last week with the jersey retirements and Wooly Green and Eli Holman going up and my jersey going up in the air, and a lot of good basketball. And the Titans actually did a good job of winning those games. And tonight wasn't able to get it done.
If we'll see Williams take any more shots. Not sure they're going to do much of anything with this. 7 seconds left in the shot clock. Are they even going to take one? We'll see. Williams will. Deep range. Short. That would have got him to 40. Quite the emphatic way to get to 40 if he would have been able to. Rose Jr. rattles into 3.
Not known for knocking down threes. He's more of a mid-range drive to the basket type guy, but his second 3 knocked down here tonight.
2 for 2, and Oakland will likely just dribble out the time in this one. And they got their 3rd victory of the year. They got the sweep of Detroit Mercy with the victory here tonight. Oakland advances to 8-15 overall and 3-7 in conference. Detroit Mercy falls to 6-17 and 4-6 overall. 77-64 is the final in this one. Your thoughts, Earl?
Well, I mean, the Titans came out. It was a different kind of game for them tonight. They really struggled bad offensively, not able to score the basketball. Offensive rebounds hurt them early in the ball game. They clawed and they fought to try to get back in the game. But I tell you, Rashad Williams was definitely the difference maker in this game, and they wasn't able to stop him, and he held things together.